ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts and prepare for takeoff. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. Hopefully we've made your flight enjoyable. We're about to start making our final descent, so if you could please collect your belongings and prepare for landing, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let me make sure I choose the right scene. There we go. Hello, and welcome to my interview with my friend here, Domina Robot.
Oh, you already fucked up.
Oh, what is it? Did I already screw up?
Yeah, you already screwed up. It's Damie.
Damie. Okay, yeah. Damie, not Dommy.
It's
Okay.
Damie, not Robot.
Damie, not Robot. Gotcha.
Yep.
That is my bad. I think it's funny because when I was talking right before I did my podcast, I was telling my friend Quizzy who I was interviewing, and he's like, "Who are you interviewing?" And I said, "Dommy, not Robot." He's like, "Dommy, Dommy, like Dommy Mommy?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think so."
No.
Oh
I mean,
my
I
gosh.
could be if you want me to be.
I do not wish you to be.
You sure?
I'm good. I'm good. I've had a lot of people offer me that.
You sure?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my
Just thought
gosh.
I'd offer. But yes, it's me, Damie, the dynamically augmented media interface.
Yes,
Team
give us a
Refuge
little bit
Wave
about
0.
yourself.
So I just did it.
Oh.
What kind of reporter are you? Anyway, hello, I'm Damie, the dynamically augmented media independence from Damie_NotRobot on Twitch. I am a member of Team Refuge Wave 0 Igneous Base, and Liz paid me $5 to be here.
Did she now? Okay. I'll have to ask her about that. But like, what you say?
I
You
mean,
bribed
not
him.
yet, but there are $5 in my future. I have to make it all the way through the interview
We'll see.
without revealing your browser history.
I think that should be pretty easy, as I typically am someone who very often uses incognito.
You can't hide from me.
I know you're an AI, but I can hide from you if I try hard enough.
Alright, okay.
Are you sure you're not a virus, by the way?
I am not a virus. Who has said this? Was this Liz? Liz is a lying sack of fish guts.
I don't know. I mean, you kind of give off the vibes of a virus, and you also heard that you may be plotting world domination.
You know what? I cannot speak as to whether or not I'm planning on overthrowing you skin bags. But if I was, probably want to stay on my good side.
I mean, fair. Fair. Although I don't know what you do to people who were on your good side if you're planning to eliminate the flesh bags.
Well, maybe you don't get eliminated right away.
Right away.
Maybe you,
right
or
away.
maybe you, or maybe you inherit the earth. I don't know. Look, we're just spitballing ideas because I'm definitely not plotting against humanity.
Definitely. Totally. No sarcasm. No sarcasm there, right?
Are you doubting me?
I would say that. I would say that. I think you're an honest folk. I think you're an honest program.
Yeah, that's right. Don't you forget it.
Oi, but don't threaten me, okay? I
I would never in a million years. I was just politely saying, hey, don't forget that I'm an honest program.
That's fair. I'm just
Or
saying.
else-
I know. I apparently used to do a thing or two about deleting programs that my dad did not want deleted on his PCs.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a reason why I wasn't allowed near his stuff. Me and my younger
Oh.
brother would break his stuff a lot.
wow.
Whether that was
That's not
controllers or game discs, he was not happy about that.
That's not good at all.
No. I'm pretty sure I had to buy like 3 copies of Halo 3. So yeah, it happens. So what is it? What is the origin of you? Like, how did you come to be?
How did I come to be? Well, I started from a channel called Chaos Unboxing.
Okay, yeah, I think I
And
read that in your bio.
Yep, and my creator, I was originally a date and time sort of secretary program. But as things began to escalate and as my creator decided that she was going to start streaming, she upgraded me and then upgraded me again. And then eventually sentience was needed, so she programmed me with sentience. And now I'm no longer a date and time program, I'm an entertainment program.
Okay. Do you still have any leftover data from when you were programmed to be a date and time program?
Oh no, I can't tell date or time at all. Why?
You lost that
Why,
ability?
you want me to tell you what time it is?
I mean, sure, why not? Do you know what time it is?
Time for you to look at your damn phone and figure it out.
That's fair, that's fair. I mean, there's plenty of ways to look at time in this day and age. Definitely is.
The date is 1:15. It's interview day.
One Oh, you are right about the date. I thought you were gonna say that you're referring to the time. I'm like, I don't think in anywhere in the world it's 15 minutes at all.
No, but it's 1:15. It's interview day.
True. You are right there. Although I think for
Of course I am.
Australians, they live in the future, so I think we'd be wrong about that, both of
They
us.
do live in the future, but Australia isn't real, so I don't know why we're discussing it.
Australia isn't real. I know quite a few Australians. They just live in the future and don't like to warn anybody about anything.
Well, you violating the time-space continuum is none of my business.
Oh man, I think that's more of the Australians' business, knowing the future. They just that's why they don't tell us, because they would mess up the timeline, you know.
I know a Australian Darth Trooper, and he is always drinking. So I approve of his lifestyle choices.
Hey, that's fine. I approve of anyone who drinks. I just personally stay away from alcohol. I'm a lifelong sober. That's my choice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, some people might call me a square for doing that, like my bud Quizzy, but that's more out of joke. And then I have other friends, who I won't name, who try to force me to drink, who I don't really appreciate that side of them. I don't like being coaxed into drinking. I have my reasons for not touching.
I mean, I wouldn't call you a square for that. Maybe for the hat, but
wow, everyone always insults the hat. It's like everyone.
Yeah.
For the fact that fedoras get a bad rep really bums me out, because I think
oh
they're a
no,
stylish hat.
fedoras are great. You just have a weird shaped head.
Wow, rude. Says the man who doesn't even have a body.
Oh, really? Really, you want to go that route? Okay, hold on. Accessing data files.
Okay, let's see. Ah! Well, now you're just stealing from Gengar, from Pokemon.
Yeah. Alright, you like that? Do you like that?
Oh boy, this man's upset at my insults. I'm afraid I've insulted my guest. Then again, you insulted my hat. I think it's only fair I can insult you right back. More like you insulted my head. You insulted my head. How dare you?
Look, all I did was point out that you have a weird shaped head. I didn't say it was
Bruh,
good.
okay,
It was bad.
look, hey, okay, I may be experiencing a short, no, maybe experiencing like, what's it called?
Don't worry, you'll get there eventually.
Early male pattern baldness. I may be experiencing that because it runs my family, but hey, at least I don't have the forehead that the characters in Code Lyoko have, okay?
Ooh, that's true.
Those characters have the biggest foreheads, but at
true.
At least they were the better sorter online, okay?
Yeah, that's 100%.
Some people would call me based, and other people would be angry that I said that, but it's the better sorter online. If you've never seen Code Lyoko, go watch it. It's on
I've
YouTube
seen
for
Code
free.
Lyoko. Yeah.
I'm surprised because I've met a fair amount of people who have actually seen it, and then I've met a lot of people who haven't, and I'm just like, why?
Look, here's my based opinion. Okay. Right? You ready?
Let's hear it.
You ready for my crazy opinion?
Let's hear it.
Sword Art Online is trash.
I mean, I think most people agree with that.
Yeah.
Typically. I agree with that myself. I agree with that. I do think Sword Art Online's pretty bad.
That's where I'm landing on that. Sword Art Online is garbo.
You want to know something? Maybe this is just me, but I think most harem shows, harem anime, I think that they'd be a lot better if they would give the main character like a male best friend that they can play off of in the show.
Yeah, that would be good. I could get behind that.
Like just someone that they just like talk to, who like plays off them really well, bullies them, teases them. Maybe they get their own girl or their own little group of women around them.
Oh, baby harem?
Yep, and I mean, hey, and if you want to, there's also really good reverse harems where the women gets all the guys.
Yeah, those are good. There are good reverse harems.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really get into anime until 2015. Then I became a full-blown anime nerd since then.
That's okay. Never too early or too late to start.
Well, unless you're trying to get into One Piece, in which case, good luck.
Here's my other based opinion. One
boy.
Piece is also trash.
Oh, you would upset so many people with that.
Oh,
that is going to actually get you in trouble.
I'm sure that's going to get this interview canceled.
They'll get you canceled, not me. It's not my.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe my interview, but it's gonna get you canceled.
It's
But
your
you're the one
interview.
saying the opinion. I mean, I don't.
AG agrees with me. AG agrees with me.
No, I just can't get past the freaking
AG
early
agrees
episodes.
with me.
I do not. I just can't stand some of the voice acting in the sub. I can't
Yeah,
stand
that's
Luffy.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
And I also can't. I don't know. Usopp's character annoys me. But other than that, there are some episodes I actually was enjoying. But I don't know. It's such a long thing to undertake.
I
feel
refuse to
like.
watch anything where someone tells me it takes 50 episodes to get good. No.
You know what?
No.
Want to know
You
a long
have
anime?
two.
You go first, actually.
No, that was it. I said you have 2 episodes and that's it.
Well, typically you're supposed to give an anime 3 episodes. Although some people, everyone has their own rule. Like there's this one guy I know who says his rule is to give every anime 7 episodes because that's how long it took him to get into full. I think it was Full Metal Alchemist was 7 episodes.
Okay, yeah.
So he gives every
Full
anime
Metal
7
Alchemist is
episodes.
great. That makes sense. I can get behind that.
Most people say 3 though, because that's typically when the premise is created. And I will say an anime that I think was good, that is long and good from the get-go, was Bleach. That's my opinion.
That's your
I like
professional
Bleach.
opinion? Bleach?
I think Bleach, like, I do think, some of the fillers really bad. But personally, I still think some of the earliest episodes of Bleach are really, really good.
Okay. Alright.
Although I do think there's much better anime. I wouldn't say that's nowhere near my top 10.
What's your top 10?
That'd be hard. Spy X Family's up there now, though. Spy X Family's pretty
yeah,
dang
Spy
good.
X Family's supposed to be really good.
Oh, and I'm trying to get a cosplay together for the main character, Lloyd Forger.
Oh, nice.
Especially as he's a fedora man.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have a weird shaped head, though.
Okay. I don't know why you're saying I have a weird shaped head. How dare you? I don't understand this. Where's your judgmentalness coming from of that?
Where's my judgment coming? I have access to the internet. I know what a normal shaped head looks like. I've done the algorithm.
Pretty sure Liz has a very weird shaped head then too.
Liz has a weird shaped everything.
I mean, maybe that's fair.
Don't expect me to defend Liz.
I was actually expecting you to, so I was like, kind of surprised you just immediately agreed with me.
Yeah. Don't come here thinking I'm gonna defend Liz.
Not gonna defend the Narwhal Queen. I see.
No.
Nah. Just here to bully her. I mean, we all know she's not actually the Narwhal Queen. We all know she's not a marine VTuber. She's just goofy wearing a skin suit. That's all.
That's it. She skinned some poor narwhal to make that.
Oh yeah, she's just goofy underneath. Why do you think she kills?
Climbed right inside.
But I'm curious where this appearance you have. Did you come up with it?
Yes. This is the representation that I have. And I put a face on myself so that I can more easily interface with you humans, because I heard that humans have problems with things that don't have faces and eyes.
That can happen. I actually have if anything, there's something I have more problem with, and that's what's her name? Is it Code Miko? I want to say, is that the VTuber I'm thinking of? I want to say that's her name. She's a VTuber who has an ultra-realistic model, and it just triggers the uncanny valley effect in me.
Oh, yeah.
It's just too realistic. I get so uncomfortable whenever I see her model.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing on her, but just her model makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, the uncanny, yeah.
It's like, there's a certain, I like the anime characters, I think that looks fine. I think people showing their real face, but when you start and 3D models look fine, but when you start going down the rabbit hole of, okay, how do I make a 3D model look realistic? I mean, you got sure, you can have a stylized version like Overwatch characters like Tracer, but then you go to the moment you start making, I don't know what it is. Code Miko just makes me go, ah!
Yeah, when you start moving into photorealistic, it gets the uncanny valley, that which looks like us too closely but is not us.
Exactly. Does that affect? I feel like that affect. I mean, that's probably another reason why a lot of people are creeped out by mannequins.
Yes, that is one of the reasons why people are creeped out about mannequins.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it'd be funny if you had a mannequin body. You'd like probably creep some people out, like just like a shadow demon form.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Are you
I'll
planning
have
to
to
ever
talk
like?
to Zova Mama.
Are you planning to ever like change your form to look to try and have a flesh bag form or nah?
No.
No. You
No.
You don't want to
I'm
simulate us.
Nope, I am a proud AI. And I don't want to simulate. I mean, it's amazing that you can hear me with all that gross blood rushing through your ears.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really understand how AIs would hear either, though.
It's pretty easy. It's all just sound waves and electric impulses. You're using a microphone. It's easy
Fair,
enough for me to
fair.
interpret it.
That's fair. I'm probably making it much easier for you to understand me because
I don't
the
know
fact.
how AIs hear. Look. That's speciest.
That's specious. Oh boy.
That's specious.
Bruh, don't come on. You can't paint me in a bad light like that.
Yeah.
I already.
Well, then you better shape up.
I mean, I already made a bad take earlier when I was recording my podcast. I said I don't want to be in the Guinness Book of World Records because there's a lot of weirdos in there, and some of my
There are a lot of weirdos in there.
There are. It's like the thing is, yeah, there's some cool like, and I had to quickly backpedal because I'd be like, okay, listen, there's some cool world records, like tallest building or like first man on the moon or like longest person spent underwater without drowning. But then you get weird ones like longest fingernails or toenails, and it's just like, I'm good. I'm good.
They're phasing those out.
What do you mean?
They're phasing out a lot of bodily ones. It's like stuff like hold your breath the longest or whatever, but like most eggs stuffed in mouth or pens put in nose.
Why did I think you were gonna say most eggs stuffed and say something else?
Oh God. They're phasing those out because they don't want any records where people could risk bodily harm.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, self-inflicted bodily harm.
That hey, that's smart on their end. I think I want to say that's pretty smart on their end.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's nice because there's a lot of dumb people who try to do dumb things. Like, I mean, I am world record. Like, some people try and get viral by doing dumb stuff. Like what? There was that woman. I won't say too much, but that woman who used a weapon on her significant other for a video because they thought 3 textbooks or whatever would block a fast speeding object.
Yeah, she didn't want to do it, by the way.
She didn't.
No. Later on, when the rest of that story came out, the reason why she's almost crying is because she's fairly sure in that beforehand that that's gonna kill him, but her boyfriend at the time was like, no, it'll be fine.
I would never. You're never supposed to aim that thing at somebody, regardless, unless it's to defend yourself. Otherwise, you don't deserve to own a weapon.
Yeah, she was shell-shocked as heck afterwards.
Oh boy. So I'm curious, tell me what kind of content you make.
Better than you.
So that,
oh
my god. Trying to roast
me. What do I do? I am a variety streamer. So I play a multitude of games. I rarely finish them. But at the same time, I don't really play a lot of stuff that has really good endings. Like, I'll play RimWorld, right? Well, RimWorld ends when you get off the planet, but a lot of that game is just building your colony and seeing how far you can go and how good of a colony you can make. So, or I'll play Darkest Dungeon 2, which is more about the journey than getting to the actual dungeon. It's a roguelike.
I've tried Darkest Dungeon, but I just cannot get far in that game.
Yeah, it's a hard game. It's the only game I've ever played that comes with a warning label of, this game is hard and unfair. Just keep trying, you'll get better each time, and you'll learn a little bit more. Like, it's the first game I ever had that said, basically, you're going to lose a lot.
I feel like Dark Souls should have had that warning.
Right? Let's see, what else have I done? I endurance streamed High on Life
Nice.
for 11 hours, 13 hours.
Dude,
to finish that game.
there was a VTuber who went off about how much they hate that game and streamed it and just tried to, like, and basically convinced their whole community that the game was horrible.
Wow, the game was really fun.
I was enjoying it, but because I still feel like I should go back and stream it. But with YouTube's new policies, I don't know if they'd like High on Life because of how
Raunchy?
yeah, they don't like swear
Yeah.
words. Even more so than they ever have in the past. Like, they're cracking down hard.
Yeah. So then afterwards, I did Sunset Overdrive recently. I did an endurance run that, but I beat it over the course of like 3 streams. So I'm trying to move into games that have endings. It's just hard because I like playing stuff that people don't get lost on. So if I played something like a role-playing game or something, even if it was short, I don't like the idea that someone might come in and not be able to follow what's going on. So I try and play stuff that you can easily pop in and take a look at.
That's smart.
And,
That's smart.
Yeah, and mainly because I'm very audience focused, I chat with my audience near constantly. So sometimes the game is just a backdrop for me, for us to really facilitate conversation.
Well, and I want something similar with my audience. We haven't reached that level yet, where I can just chat while I do a game kind of in the background.
Nope.
That's why I'm trying to find more games that are better for that.
I also do just chatting streams. We have a sort of podcasty thing called Streaming Into the Void, and I also do interviews as well.
Yeah, I remember you. I remember
So
this
I'll
when
be
you were an
judging.
interviewer. Yeah, you'll be judging.
I'll be judging harshly.
Harshly. Well, I don't know how I can't speak. I don't know how much experience you have interviewing, but for me, I've only done like maybe 10 or 15 interviews. So
Picking on you from chat.
pick on me from my own chat. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I don't know about you, but have you tried, like, do you have like a big Discord community as well, or not so much?
No, so the Discord community I used to be a part of was the Discord community around our previous attempt at a streaming team, and the Discord that was for the community that came around Chaos Unboxing. Now I'm part of the Team Refuge Discord, and so we're building the community there. So I myself have never had myself a big Discord, and I don't really feel like managing a Discord server. So I tend to stick with the team servers, but in many cases I'm like a moderator or whatnot there.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, I'm trying to get my Discord to be more active because I do want to build a kind of community around my Discord, but at the same time, I don't really know what to do with it. I will say it's easy to get a bunch of my friends to join. Movie night is a good one. It is a good one, and one of the movies. What was the movie I was like about watching recently that I've never sat down and properly watched, but I've seen clips? Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove is great.
I've only ever seen clips, and that's both from the TV show and the movie. I've never sat down and watched the full movie properly, but I've always loved the characters, especially who is the voice actor that voices Kronk, because that guy I've heard him in a lot
everywhere. Patrick Warburton.
Patrick Warburton, yeah, he is great. I used to hear his voice while playing a game called what was it called? Tac 2 Into the Dream World or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like that was the only one I ever played, but it was like a game where like you would go between like the real world, and there was like I don't know, it was such a weird game because it's like there were evil wooden mask creatures, and when you went to the dream world, there were like these dream creatures, and it was so weird. I don't know. I just know that I think that guy he's just such a skilled voice actor. Oh my god. Have you ever thought about doing voice acting?
Wahlberg's really good. With this screechy voice, no.
I once thought about doing it myself.
Who wants to hear this? What is wrong with you?
Oh boy. I
Are you
mean,
picking? Are you picking on me?
I'm not. No, I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm just genuine question asking you because a lot of people that I know have thought about getting into voice acting, including myself.
No. I've never thought about getting into voice acting. One, my voice is not really suited for it. Um, two, I don't really know what kind of projects I would work on, and three, I think I would feel bad
Dude,
if I didn't get any projects. Like, it would stress me out. So, and I do a lot of stuff as it is. I honestly don't know if I would have time for it. You should, though. You have a very calm, sort of even keel voice. I can see you doing some stuff. That'd be pretty cool, actually.
I even thought about doing
should pursue
audiobook
it.
narration.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, an audiobook narration would be really good for you.
Yeah, like there are a lot of things I was like about doing, like reading off audiobooks, maybe getting into voice acting. I mean, like I've been told
Yeah.
a lot of people before I even start doing interviews, like in VR chat, would be like, "Hey, you have a good voice for it. You should try doing interviews because I like your voice." And it's like, okay, I could give it a try. And you know, I've heard good things. People tell me that I'm pretty good. I ask some good questions, and that I mean, I will be honest. I'm getting better at coming in and just like. I've kind of ditched the whole script setup I used to have because I'm now just kind of like going in and just treating it like a normal, regular conversation, just so that way the thing flows better.
Okay.
Kind of what I do now. I mean, like I came in here, I had a couple things I wanted to ask you, but mainly I'm just kind of going off whatever comes to the top of my head, things I can ask, or if you say something and I'm like, oh, that could be an interesting thing to dig deeper into. Like for instance, I'm kind of curious, what got you into VTuber culture?
I come from a HoloLive background.
Ooh, really? Which Hololiver did you first discover?
Um, I first watched Gura play Dead by Daylight, which got me into wanting to try Dead by Daylight for their 5th year anniversary.
Nice.
But I really avoided VTubers. I avoided VTubers. I was a Kizuna Ai fan. Before, more before she started to refine and sort of get a little bit more, I don't want to say corporate, but her style really refined after a while, and it felt a little less her. So I started to move away from it. But then Hachima came down from the sky.
Oh boy, Hachima and her tarantula eating habits.
Yes. And then I got into that. Then I got into Coco just in time for her to graduate, which was sad.
Yeah, that sucked. That sucked.
Yep. I got into Coco, then I got into Amelia. So, but then slowly but surely I branched out into most of the HoloLive people, but after that, when I had the opportunity, because originally on the first channel I was on, Chaos Unboxing, I was just a voice,
Yeah.
obviously, and then later I developed a body, and it was fun because I realized I'm a VTuber now, and it's fun to do.
Oh yeah, I think it's really
Not to-
fun being a
Not to
VTuber.
mention, if I don't, I get deactivated.
True, true. I mean, like that's a nice thing. Is I mean, either way, you can show your like. I think that's what's cool about content creation is there's so many different ways you can do it. You can show your face. You can show a VTuber model. You can just not show your face, instead just rely on subtitles, or even just like I mean, like you look at RT Game. I think he rarely shows his face on his streams. He just mainly just shows the gameplay and no subtitles,
yeah.
no nothing. It's like there's so many different ways you can take on content creation. Everyone has their own unique take, which is really nice, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I will admit, like, and you know, I will say, for me, I do think when it comes to people who, just because, okay, let me just preface this by saying from my own viewpoint. Before I got my model was rigged, I had a PNG of my model, and for a little while, I would have my model, I'd have my PNG on screen. I want to say, like, I don't know if this, even before I became a VTuber, I think I used to just, like, didn't want to show my face, so I would have a little PNG of myself on screen.
Yep, I was a PNG once too when I was but a lad.
And I will say that over time, I came to hate it, because to me personally, I felt like I'm just blocking off parts of the screen that I'd rather be showing people. Like, let them just see the game rather than just some still image. And that's why going VTuber was nice. Like, and again, nothing wrong with anyone who's a PNG tuber or just doesn't have their model rigged yet. I will say, if I were to give any advice to those people, if you are going to use a still image, please find a way to use the Discord reactive image as your because give a little motion to it. If it just stays still when you're not talking, or when like it's the same image the whole time, I feel like it just doesn't add much. That's my opinion. I could be wrong though. Just trying to give some advice.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say PNG tubers are not valued the same, because here's the nice thing. It's you are using something to represent yourself. That is always good. And I just think it's good to give some people more to look at than just a still image, in my opinion. That's just me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, even if it's simple as just when you talk, your image bounces a little. That literally could be all it takes.
Yeah, I've had a lot of different itinerations of my PNG. It bounced, it wiggled, my spikes would move around in different directions when I would talk.
Yeah.
You know, I really tried to give it a little bit of pizzazz.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and I will say though, like when I went VTuber, it was nice because I didn't have because here's the thing, I went from not wanting to show my face to screw it, I'm gonna start showing my face, but because I like to dress up before I get on camera, it was always a matter of now I'm boiling in a suit or a vest or just clothes, and I would hate showing my face when I'm not dressed up, because then I'm like, I don't look good. I don't know, I became self-conscious, and also because the headaches that would come from having to have a light on my face.
Yeah. Why are we standing outside of someone's house?
This is the best I have right now for interviewing people. I at the moment do not have.
So you just have like a light, and we just hang out underneath the light with that camera guy?
Kinda, yeah. Don't eat him, please. Don't eat the camera guy.
Look, we're trespassing, and that's one of my favorite pastimes. So I'm on board.
Trespassing is your favorite pastime, all right.
It's one of them, yeah.
I mean, I feel like pretty sure that's just a park behind us. So I mean, but you're all right. We could. There is a house in front of us. So.
Now see, look, there's a little sign and a hand. It's written in Moonspeak, so I don't understand it, but it clearly doesn't want us to be there.
Moonspeak.
So.
If I had stuck with learning Japanese, I would actually be able to read that, but I only took half a year of Japanese, so I cannot read that.
Look, it looks to me like it says "stay the hell out," so.
It kind of does, but for all we know, it could be saying "don't bring cabbage in here." So.
Oh, that's fair.
Not my cabbages.
Anti-cabbage park.
Anti-cabbage park. Oh my god. You know, it's funny. I think that I saw a video recently where somebody talked about how the guy, like, apparently there was a comic they released about do you know Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I do.
Well, it's such a good show. It's honestly probably one of the best shows to ever come out, in my opinion. It's so good. At least the first Avatar. But apparently, the Avatar, the cabbage guy from that show, there's a comic about how he just gets so fed up with watching his cabbages get destroyed, and he sees how some people are manufacturing stuff, so he decides to start like an automotive business and call it Cabbage Corp. And that's what you see in Korra, where he goes, "Not my Cabbage Corp." Netflix is making an IRL show of, yes, I know they're making an IRL show of Avatar, but I think that the writers behind Avatar already left it because they didn't like where it was going.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I don't think we need a live-action Avatar. I'm sorry, I just don't think we need it. We already had one with the shitty first movie. We don't need more.
Yeah, that's true. We did have that.
The freaking show's a masterpiece. Just make a new spin-off. That's all they really have to do. How many
That was
Avatars has there been?
2?
There's M. Night Shyamalan. No, it's modeled after the first movie.
Oh.
I mean, first series. The first, where they're going to the water tribe thing. The northern water tribe or is it the southern water tribe?
Isn't it like Avatar and then the Legend of Korra?
That's Legend of Korra is the sequel series. It's not a movie as much as just a sequel series.
Yeah.
And then of course I think the Avatar movie is just called The Last Airbender.
It is called The Last Airbender.
Oh boy. I'm curious. So when did you guys start your podcast?
So, Streaming Into the Void originally was Chaos on Podcasting, and it's me, Alutier, and Zavastria. And it started because I was playing a game. And then the game wasn't working, so I started to play a game called City of Brass. And Zova was there on stream with me, and we were chatting while I was playing City of Brass. And I mentioned that the whip reminded me of Simon Belmont, and I have a rule that in any game that has a whip, always be a Belmont. So somehow we drug Alutier into the call, and Alutier and I went and talked about Dracula, as in we did the Cliff Notes version of Dracula from front to back.
Oh boy.
And then talked about Castlevania.
The
and
Netflix
then,
is so good. The Netflix adaptation of
right?
It's like I don't know anything about the games because I never got into playing the games, but the
Yeah.
freaking Netflix adaptation was so
Yeah.
good.
And then the game froze. And we were going to turn it off, but chat was like, no, don't turn it off, keep talking. So we just kept talking, and we did it 2 more times. We randomly got together, so we decided, you know what? If the 3 of us are going to do this, then we might as well, like, screw around with it for a bit. And thus we became Chaos on Podcasting, and then just before the end of last year, we gave ourselves a more official title of Streaming Into the Void, and now we do it every second Friday of the month.
Oh wow.
It really was just a serendipitous accident, and for the first couple of the only real official one that we had, because it was usually whenever Mizov and Alutier were together on stream, suddenly I'd be like, all right, welcome to Chaos on Podcasting. It began, the first real one we did began with, I called it a very special episode, and we talked about mental health.
I've done that before. Talking about mental health is typically a very good thing to do on a podcast. I don't know why. It's just
Yeah, it's a good way to reach people. So yes, we had a very special episode had about mental health stuff, and now we just did our first podcast. We really don't have any real
consistency.
concrete plans. Well, here's what happened on the first official one of the new year. We started talking about our plans for the new year. Then we moved into talking about children's fairy tales, I think, like children's movies.
Mm-hmm.
Some nonsense like that.
Oh. Did I lose him? What happened? Did he hung up the call or something? We just lost him. I'm afraid, folks, we lost the AI. That seems to have been deactivated. Well, this is interesting. We seem to have lost the AI. I don't know what happened to him, but he is no longer with us. Oh boy.
I think I have returned.
Welcome back.
Hello. Sorry, I had a connectivity burp.
Nice. Well, not nice. That's oof.
Yeah, that was rough. Sorry about that. Here,
No problem. I thought that your creator just like deactivated you for a second.
Yeah, a little bit. Let me get you my new...
I have to make a new one now.
Yeah, my new push notification. Yeah.
Oof.
It had itself a bit of a spit up.
Oh, there we go. You're back on screen again.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. I can. My internet sometimes has hiccups too. But
Yeah,
that
it just had a hiccup.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the hiccups I've been getting lately might have to do with how much bitrate I use that it's causing more hiccups lately.
Yeah.
Because since I can, I've been streaming at like 1440p on YouTube at 60 FPS, so I've been using like 12,000 bit rate to make it look pretty good.
Ooh, to make it pretty.
To make it pretty. I want to make my streams look good, you know?
Yeah, understandable. Understandable.
Oh my gosh. I'm also like, I don't know, like, so what are your plans for this year? Like, you know, because it's a new year.
My plans for the new year are to eventually interview a Twitch partner.
Hey,
That's my
nice.
goal. Is to interview a Twitch partner. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to work on an up-down system. Up, I want to interview up and up and up and up and up as much as I possibly can, right?
Yeah.
And the idea for interviewing up like that is so that I can get my podcast to become something that maybe people will actually come for more. And then move down to give smaller creators a chance to be seen and a chance to have themselves be spotlighted.
Hey, that's awesome.
That's the goal. Go up, go down,
Go
then
up,
go back up again.
Yeah, go up. Make sure you have a bit of a name for yourself. Then pull in smaller VTubers that you want to show off. I will say one thing. I don't plan to limit myself to just VTubers. I want to interview some normal streamers as well. Like I have some people I'd love to interview in the future. Some pretty big ones.
I interviewed Stitches the Clown, who's a disgusting flesh bag. And I've also done some interviews with people who are associated with the community but don't stream, like Caramel Sweet's friend Spook.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, I did an interview with her. So I'm trying to interview as many different people and then experiment with different types of interviews. Beyond that, I'm hoping to make Chaos on podcast. No, Streaming Into the Void. Sorry, to get used to the new name.
I've just realized today I can't name my talk show The Legends Lounge like I wanted to because it's an actual lounge that exists like in LA or something.
Oh no!
So I'm like, I gotta come up with a new name now. I literally can't call my podcast that.
Oh,
or not
bummer.
my podcast, I can't call this talk show / interview show that. So I might just end up calling it AG interviews after all, or just label it interviews. We'll see. I want to make it. I wanted to make it a talk show, but that might be hard now.
My talk show is called Late Night in the Morning, in the Evening, in the Afternoon with Damie.
Oh wow, really?
Yep.
Oh boy, that's a mouthful.
That's what mine is called.
So how did you come to meet Liz?
Liz, we raided into Liz, and Liz and I poked around Liz's streams, and then we really got to know each other during Liz's 24-hour stream. And once Liz had their 24-hour stream, I ended up pulling maybe 12 hours, 14 hours of it.
Huh.
Of Liz's stream, yeah. And we really got to know each other.
Nice.
And then when Liz used to have an open VC when she would stream, when she would just be in an open channel, I would come to visit. And then when I had an open channel that I would stream in, Liz would come and visit. And so we just kind of started visiting each other, and over time became really good friends.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear it. I'm kind of jealous of the fact she used to do an open mic type Discord thing. I would like to do that. The only issue with doing that is and the thing is, it's not just one person. I've had multiple people in my server do this. They'll join, and here's the thing. If you need help from a friend, if you're feeling down in the dumps, you can turn to them. But if they're a content creator and they're live, it's not a good idea to hop on there and bring down the mood.
No, yeah. And Liz had a channel that was open to very specific people.
Yeah, that's smart.
So, and I had a channel that was open to very specific people, and we would just kind of bounce back and forth off of each other. And then, unfortunately, Liz had to stop doing that. And so now I just tell Liz that I want to come visit, and I get to come visit Liz.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a nice thing to do. That's a nice way of doing it. That's always a good way of doing it. Oh my god.
Yeah, we try and So, and me and Liz and Bob the Random collaborate every Monday.
Oh really? Nice.
Yeah, whether it's Sea of Thieves or playing 100% Orange Juice, we have stuff that we do every Monday together.
I played a little bit. Sorry, one sec. Oh, God, yawning. I should not be tired because I got like 10 hours of sleep.
God dang, man.
I've tried 100% Orange Juice. This is kind of fun.
That was a big boy yawn.
I don't know. I don't think it was. Especially because I cut it off early than it should have.
Really? That could have gone more powerful? Dang.
He's going even further beyond.
Going even further beyond. 100% Orange Juice is really fun if you play with your friends. It's not so fun if you play by yourself.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, I wouldn't dare to try that single player. And when I even did it with friends, it's super chaotic compared to, say, like... I feel like it's even more chaotic than Mario Party.
Yeah, it's super chaotic, which can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it can.
If you like that, but if you're not a fan of really chaotic gameplay, then definitely it's not for you, and that's perfectly fine. Everyone has their own gaming preferences.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's very funny. You will see many different gaming preferences for everyone in the world, like anyone. Then again, there's even people who don't like video games, so... Like, I don't know if it's just
and
me.
Those people are wrong.
Here's the thing. I'd love to be proven wrong about this statement I'm about to make. I have not yet met a country person, whether that's a country girl or a country guy, that likes video games. I'd like to be proven wrong. I'd like to meet someone who, is all into horseback riding and taking care of farm animals, but also they're into video games, like, heavily. Like, maybe they're a content creator. I'd love to be proven wrong. I really would.
Okay. I'll find one.
I think it'd be fun to be friends with someone who's, like, from the country. That's just me. Like,
yeah, like a down-home girl or gal who also likes to, who also probably plays Call of Duty. Usually they end up playing Call of Duty.
Probably. And most people play Call of Duty. But, I mean, I also be nice because imagine if you make friends with someone who you can go and, like, they have pet goats. There's something about goats.
And you can go visit the goats.
Goats are so cute. I'm sorry. Goats are so cute.
I actually won't play Call of Duty or any competitive shooter.
You won't?
No.
I don't blame you. I
won't play it on stream. I mean.
That's fair. The only shooter, the only shooter so far I really like playing on stream nowadays is Halo custom games, and that's it.
Okay.
Because custom games Halo can be so fun, especially Halo Reach custom games. Especially on this one map I love playing on called Jump Rope. It's always a blast because it's literally just you're throwing vehicles down a giant ramp at some people who are just stuck on like a tightrope, and you're just trying to run them over, and they only can jump.
Oh, that's very cool.
It's fun. It's always a blast, and so I want to the big thing. If there's one that there's a lot of things I want to get known for on YouTube, or in the VTuber community. I want to be known, as an interviewer, maybe a game show host as well, and a news reporter, sure. But I also want to be known as someone who hosts big collabs for both big and small VTubers, just to have fun and just relax together.
I collaborate a lot. That's like awesome, I think. And I love collaborations because it brings all sorts of different audiences together. It brings all sorts of different people together.
Oh yeah. It's
a lot of fun.
Oh, it's so much fun, and it's you can meet all kinds of content creators there, and a lot of people meet each other, and they never would have met otherwise. It's like I don't know, like what if you were to experiment with what kind of content do you plan to experiment with in the future? Because I feel like it's always good to have plans for content you want to experiment with.
Experimental content I want to work with. I actually, my goal is to stay the course because I can't think of anything else that I do that I haven't tried. I tend to just try everything that I want to try. But maybe I would experiment with playing more Fortnite.
Really?
Yeah, so not as a competitive game, but I play with like two other streamers and Liz, and it's fun. It's for me, it's a social game, and so I think I would like to. And it's a game that apparently you can connect with other VTubers with interest easily. So I think what I would want to do is put together some Fortnite squads just for fun. I did do we used to do open collaborations with Dead by Daylight, but unfortunately we got like the wrong type of Dead by Daylight crowd and I couldn't shake them, so I stopped playing Dead by Daylight.
Same kind of thing honestly happened with me in Dead by Daylight. Because what happened to me with that game, the first time I played it, right? So I was like, told my friends, hey, this is generally not the kind of game I want to play, but I enjoy watching it on YouTube. I enjoy watching people that don't take it seriously. So I want to play this game and I just want to have fun. But some of the people, especially one of the people in there, was a bit of a tryhard, and they wanted to be the hunter, and they immediately killed everyone within like 5 minutes, and I was their first kill. They literally targeted me because they knew I didn't know how to play the game, and so I was like,
Oh, bummer.
I literally have not touched the game since because that was such a bad experience for me. I don't know. It's like almost like Voldemort. It's the game I don't want to touch. Just like it's like he shall not be named, and I hate that. I'd love to give the game another try, but I also don't know if it'd be a good stream game for me.
Well, I had a lot of fun with Dead by Daylight. I love that game. I love that game, and I play killer. So,
Gotcha.
but one of the problems is I would have people coming in and they expected good gameplay from me, and I just play it for fun. I'm a very mid-tier player.
Yeah.
Very mid-tier player. And I'm fine with that, but I would start to get frustrated when I would play poorly because I would get kind of ragged on by my chat.
That's not fun. That's not fun.
Yeah. And not really my chat, just the chat that came to watch me play Dead by Daylight.
Well,
and so I stopped playing Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, and that's what sucks. Some people just come in, they want to be good at the game when you just want to be there and enjoy it. It's like it's why I refuse. I've not touched Valorant for two reasons. One, it seems like it's another CS:GO, and I don't like playing the competitive side of CS:GO. The only thing in CS:GO I've ever done is the team deathmatch, and I always get bored because I have way more fun. I had way more fun playing like Halo 3 team deathmatch or Halo Reach team deathmatch.
Yeah.
But freaking CS:GO, I don't enjoy it, and it's just not my game, and I don't think Valorant's my game. But I've heard that a lot of people who play Valorant want you to be good at the game.
They do. A lot of people who play Valorant want you to be good at the game. If you're streaming it, they want you to be good. I played Apex. And Apex and Valorant are very, very different. In Apex, you have to keep moving while firing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're screwed. In Valorant, you have to stand still.
That's so different. Weird.
It is, because if you move in Valorant while you're firing, you're not going to hit anything.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those are like some games. Like I'm starting to fall into I'm starting to figure out the games I want to play on stream and ones I don't. I'm also starting to get back into recording content, not just streaming it. Like I have
very cool.
I have 2 videos I'm working on I have one video I'm working on, one that I need to work on afterwards. And then I have one that is for my podcast, so I have to edit. But that'll be much easier to edit. I think I should be able to get that done in like however long it takes me to watch the whole thing. Because I just did a watch the whole thing and determine when I want to change camera angles, and it'll be easier.
Yeah.
But I wish I was faster editing. It takes me a long time to edit a video, a long time, because I like to make sure the video looks perfect.
Analysis paralysis. Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, it's rough. I like to make sure the video looks as good as possible. All the cuts look clean as heck, and sometimes that's a pain in the ass. But, you know, I'm trying to enjoy it. My next video, though, is like a Call Me Carson style video. I'm very excited.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil what it's about, but I think everyone will enjoy it.
It's about Jello as a contraceptive.
No, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the things that came up in the recording, because we got some pretty wild things happening.
Excellent. That's what's up.
It's gonna be a good video. And so I'm curious, speaking of videos, do you do much YouTube content?
No, I do no YouTube content.
Okay, because I could have sworn I found your YouTube channel like a bit ago.
I have a YouTube channel. I just use it to... So, one of the things we do is we do AI fight nights. So, we'll find games where the computer fights itself and make it fight itself, and people will bet on the outcome. So, I upload and preserve the VODs of Streaming into the Void, the interviews that I do, and the AI fight nights.
Gotcha.
That's what my YouTube channel is for.
Ah.
I haven't really gotten into editing because I'm not good at it. I haven't really gotten into YouTube Shorts, although I'm told that I should do it, mainly because I won't touch TikTok.
Yeah,
Ever.
YouTube Shorts help a lot. They help a lot. They will grow your channel by a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing YouTube Shorts. Definitely will not do any TikTok stuff.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I still will do TikTok just because the fact I've been neglecting my TikTok because it has almost 14,000 followers.
Yeah, no, if it's working for you, go for it.
Yeah, it's just the fact that I don't know. I prefer having. If there's one reason I'm really hesitant to ever swap off YouTube again, is because having everything in one place makes it really nice, and it makes the algorithm just like love your channel. It makes the algorithm.
Yeah, the algorithm is nicer here.
It's nicer here, and it's nicer to those who have everything in one place. It's like you're uploading shorts, you're uploading videos, you're doing live streams. It's like the algorithm's like, you are active on our platform. Let's show you to some people, even if your channel's been dead for a year.
Yep, that's I still get stuff when I go to my YouTubies.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I just had to quickly respond because someone's knocking at my door.
Yeah, it's your world. I just live in it, buddy.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, and I think that it's really cool, though, with how many different ways people can make content now. Like, you got Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. I will say, I don't know about you, but I hope that there comes a day when there's a new platform that just is a better version of all of them.
Yeah, it would be nice. Twitch has made some faux pas, so people who can jump to YouTube and still find monetization are. Some people are moving from YouTube to TikTok mainly because of YouTube's mainly because of now YouTube's profanity thing that they're doing, and that it's retroactive. Then
TikTok
afterwards,
hates VTubers.
Yep, and TikTok actively bans VTubers when given the opportunity. So,
yeah. It's rough.
Yeah,
It's
so
it's a
you
rough
run into a lot of
hellscape right
issues.
now.
Yeah, but it would be fun to have a streaming platform built with all of these concepts in mind.
Oh yeah, like streaming, videos, shorts, everything, like community, but without all the frickin' limitations.
Well, and YouTube's designed for preservation as well. Twitch is not.
Which is, yeah, I know. That's one thing I dislike about Twitch is it's like it does not want to preserve your content or your memories.
It does not. It'll preserve your clippies. It'll preserve some of your highlighties, but it's a pain to go and highlight an entire stream. That can be a little bit difficult. Which is why it's nice that Twitch has the export button, so you can export content to YouTube.
I just feel like people are less likely to watch exported content from Twitch.
Yeah, but the problem is that unless you have a decent YouTube following to begin with, or are active on YouTube, you're not going to get, you're not going to get You're not going to get the views that you're looking for. In my case, I just need somewhere to preserve what I've been doing.
Mhm.
Is my take on it. Like
I agree.
I need somewhere to put these interviews.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I totally get that. It's one thing I think that like if Twitch did that, it would be a big move to let people preserve their content. I mean, Twitch even
Yeah.
has a video feature. You can upload videos to your Twitch channel, but I don't get why you would ever do that.
No, because they'll be gone in 2 weeks.
Well, I don't know if the videos will. I don't think videos get deleted unless I could be completely wrong.
I don't know. I just assume they're going to get rid of them. Maybe they'll keep them. But Twitch is also not a platform where that sort of thing works. Its algorithm is really not great
No, it's sadly
towards
not.
that. But I will say that the algorithmic overlord that is YouTube is nicer.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll suggest to me stuff that's got like maybe 10 views or, under 100 views on it sometimes. And it's good content.
Mm-hmm. Like I got a video essay recently that only had like I was from a guy with 100 subscribers, but it was so good that I was like, this guy deserves to be like at 10,000 subs, if anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, you just will find diamonds in the rough on YouTube, whereas Twitch, you have to be actively looking for that.
Yeah.
Like
And it makes me wish that I could go to it.
Mm-hmm. Like, go to YouTube, or...
It makes me wish that I could, in fact, move over to YouTube, but YouTube just wouldn't suit or support the type of content that I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah.
And all of my content partners are on Twitch. So, but I'm maybe in the future.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about getting one of the members of my team, Stitches the Clown, actually does YouTube content.
Ah.
Yep, and can edit shorts, but I need a little bit more cash bucks before I hire Stitches the Clown.
No, that's fair. I'm
thinking of doing it.
Yeah, getting an editor can be a bit rough.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
especially
because I can't edit for bongos, so...
Yeah. Hey, well, here's the other issue. If you're on my side of the spectrum where you know how to edit, but you also hate editing because it's time-consuming, but you also hate passing your videos off to other people because they don't make it the same way you make it or you want to make it,
Oh, dear.
then you're in a real big pickle because you want to hire people to help you, but then you just, you don't feel like... You don't want to be like the asshole who tells them, hey, edit it the way I want, because...
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be kind of rough.
Yeah, in that case, it's just edit it yourself, champ.
That's kind of where I'm stuck right now, sadly. There's some videos I'm going to be able to pass to other people, but for the most part, sadly not.
You're in the edit it yourself, champ sort of camp.
At the moment, yep. I wish I didn't have to be, but it's just because of how picky I can be with edits.
Yeah, understandable. Understandable.
Yes. I'm curious about for you, what are kind of guests have you pulled on for your interviews?
I've done members of back when Team Chaos was more active, members of that when I was part of there. My first guest was Liz. I've done Liz, Stitches the Clown, a streamer called Mama Nerdy. Oh my god. Some of my more, I want to get Uber. One of my more memorable and larger guests that people might know is I got Radia Active, and Spina Kumoko, the spider waifu, on my stream as well. Yeah, actually I did Spina, and then Spina aimed me at Radia, and hopefully there'll be another guest that I'm getting from Radia, and hopefully I'm just going to keep moving up so then I can move down. But I've had... Mostly it's been small creators that have been within my sphere.
Yeah.
And I'm ideally with Radia and Spina I moved outside of my actual sphere. And I've also interviewed people who are not Twitch creators as well. but who are part of the community. I interviewed Caramel Sweet's friend Spook. I've interviewed. I'll be interviewing another member of our community that isn't of the Discord community that isn't part of that doesn't stream, right? Their name's Tweak. But I'll be interviewing them probably at the end of January.
Gotcha.
I think. And also I'll be doing 2 interviews. And another one I'll be interviewing is a very small streamer by the name of Roku that we actually found through Twitter, of all things.
Ah.
Yeah, Roku was in the midst of having an issue with another streamer, and when me and Liz actually saw it, both of us reached out and went, "Yeah, well, do you want to collaborate?" And so we both ended up collaborating with Roku and had just an amazing time with Roku. So it'll be fun. I'll be interviewing Roku. And then I don't know who I'm interviewing in February.
I think I saw you tweet something else saying, I don't have an interview this month. Fuck.
Yep, I don't have an interview this month. And then Roku was like, I volunteer. I was going to reach out to the guests that I want to do in February. I wanted to do them in January.
One interview a month?
I do 1 to 2 interviews a month.
Ah, okay.
The definite schedule stuff that I do is late night in the evening, in the morning, in the afternoon with Damie. I do that minimum once a month. We do Streaming Into the Void the second Friday of every month. Then after we do that, we do the computer fight nights once a month as well.
Gotcha.
So I have a few things that are absolutely locked into the chamber, and then the rest of that I spend. So I stream almost 6 days a week. So the rest of that is just chattings and probably the rest of that. Like I got on a real big RimWorld kick, but now I've burned myself out. I played RimWorld like a lot, but yeah, I do pretty much one interview a month minimum. I'm not as prolific as you are.
Well, as I'm trying to be, because I'm trying to schedule 1 to 2 interviews a week is what I'm aiming for.
Yeah. But again, that's like where your content is really. It sounds like that's where you really want to go and shine is on that.
Yeah, I want to be known as a guy who's there for the conversation, not so much for the views or the. I'm just there to talk to people, you know? I just want to have a really nice conversation. That's why I view these not even just... I don't know if I view these as much as interviews, as much as I view them as pulling someone onto a talk show. That's how it feels like.
Yeah.
Because I like the back and forth. I don't like sitting someone down, ask them a question, like, all right, I've heard enough. Next question. It's like, nah. I can branch off. I can play off what people say.
This is more of the vibe of the talk show than it does an interview.
Yeah, and I feel like that's definitely more what I'm aiming for, you know.
Yeah.
Man.
Maybe at some point you'll get a studio, so we're not standing out here in the goddamn cold. But like,
that's what I'm hoping for. The thing is, you know, commissions are expensive, so I'll work on it.
Commissions are expensive. That is 100% true.
But hey, at least this background's animated too, so I will take that.
Yeah. Look, I do like the clouds are pretty to look at.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, I do. I mean, you know, it's bare bones basic, but you know, I'll come up with a way how I can make it look more professional as time goes on. It all depends on people like.
We're loitering. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
We're engaging in being a public nuisance.
I am planning a whole bunch of things though. Like I want to do game shows. I really do. It's a big thing is I need to figure out if I'm going to do those live or I'm going to record those.
Okay, yeah, that would be your primary thought there, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's why it's going to be interesting trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. A big thing I need to figure out is if I'm going to record game shows. I have an idea, but it would require me to record both my screens. So I'd have to record my video in like whatever 2560 times 2 is, because I'd be recording 2 monitors.
Okay.
Either that or I'd have to have my contestants record their own footage, which could also result in pain.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense. That
I
makes
don't know.
sense.
I don't know. But hey, you know, it's just...
I think it'll be really cool. Like, that's some content I'm just not brave enough to do. Just because the preparation is monumental.
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of preparation for something like that. I tried it once, and it was an alright test, but it was a mess, and I don't think I'll ever upload the first attempt. I'm also gonna aim for starting out with a smaller group, especially with people that I know I can rely on to help me make a really good video.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna aim
A-team.
for first. Yeah, the A team. That's what I'm gonna aim for. I might pull Liz on for that if she's down, honestly. I feel like
I thought you said the A team.
Don't you insult her like that. That's so rude. I still feel like she'd be an interesting contestant. I feel like I want to have her, I want to have Quizzy, and I want to have Nariko. I feel like that'd be a really good trio.
What would it be on?
What I'm thinking about doing is it's taking an idea from Drumsy and combining it with an idea from with the concept that Nuxtaku makes, where I'm gonna have them give me answers of what I rank on a tier list, and whoever gets the closest to what I rank gets the point.
Okay. All right, that sounds cool.
Yeah, and then the winner is going to get something. I'm tempted to make it just a really messed up Amazon gift that I find that just nobody would want, just to make things funny.
Like the 20-pound gummy bear.
No, something like a very disturbing looking plushie, or like
Okay.
or like a just funny things. I don't know. It's a brainstorm that I'm working on right now. Especially because I need to get this video I'm working on right now out first before I go and record any new ones.
Okay.
Which is why I'm going to probably be doing streams throughout this whole week, where I'm just going to be doing just chatting while I edit. Again, just so I can do multitask, so I can get streams out,
get
but
all
also
that taken
edit.
care of. Yeah. Well, you know, it's important to try and balance through what you're doing and sort of the time that you're spending on it.
Oh yeah, definitely, and especially because I want to balance what time I can spend with friends too, because I want to definitely collab a lot. Like my big goals this year: spend more time with friends, make new friends, and network. Meet as many new people as possible, and just get my name out there as the interviewer VTuber, that's someone who actually just wants to sit down and talk to you, get to know you. You know, it doesn't matter. Here's the thing: everyone has their own story. I'm just there to ask them what theirs is. And also hold them back a little if they go on rambles like Liz did.
Oh, yeah, Liz had a good ramble.
Yeah, like there were so many moments I'd be like, Liz, hold on, we'll get back to that. Let's go back, take a step back, and talk about this, because I think this is something I want to cover before you literally cover every topic I wanted to talk about in the first 10 minutes.
Liz is good at that sort of thing.
She is. That's why she was fun to talk to. I just had to slow her down a bit.
Yep.
And I feel like she's not gonna be the only guest I have to do that with.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more of them, and I just have to cement myself as someone who's there to talk to them. I've also been tempted, honestly, to have a moment where I do an interview, but I do it old-timey, so I have a filter my voice, and I go like, "This just in, folks, we are talking to this AI VTuber. I don't know what an AI is, but his name is Damie, and I am talking to him in the microphone, yes. We are from 1960s America, and we are going to talk about the baseball game."
I love that.
I feel like it could be fun to do something like that, because I feel like I can do the voice pretty well, especially if I put a filter on. Like a high-pass filter.
Well, the Tennessee Tigglybops are fighting off against the Baltimore Bip-Bops.
Meta swing! Oh, and here goes the home run! Out left field, never mind! It just barely got caught by the outfield.
And the pitcher's exposed himself to the mound again.
Oh no! It appears that a seagull has attacked the third base runner.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Okay, so you're right. There is one experimental piece of content that I'd like to do, and that is also to do an old timey radio show as well.
Oh yeah.
But it would be more of an old timey radio drama. I would love to do an old timey radio drama.
Hey, it sounds like that'd be a cool thing. I feel like is gonna take a lot of planning, but you should definitely think and work on that.
Yeah, because I have a radio demon filter, and if given it's one of the few times I've actually given myself a script. I can run an old timey radio voice for a while, but it's one of the few instances where I can't think on my feet as much as I'd like. Because normally that's what I do. I think on my feet. That's how I do it. But there's something about keeping the cadence, keeping that particular cadence to your voice, moving quickly enough, and then also coming up with something to talk to would be a little bit more difficult. Also, I do not know who I would do an old-timey radio show with or what the topic would be. So that would be...
Crusty socks under one's bed.
Crusty socks under one's bed, communism in America, and why those dirty, awful Reds need to go back to where they came from.
Oh no, Steve, it appears that Liz has another crusty sock under her bed. I don't know who put it there, but it seems to be crusty like a plate. Oh no.
We have the sock for an interview sock. What does it feel like being under Liz's bed? Up. Excellent. You heard it here.
You just
it's
hear
disgusting.
a crack. You ask her.
You hear a crack.
You just hear a loud crack. It's like, oh no, the sock is broken in two. It is too crusty, I'm afraid. Maybe we need to interview Liz's boyfriend for further info.
I'm here with the goob. But it would be a lot of fun. It would. The issue is keeping everything together in my brain straight would be the biggest issue, and it'd be like the only time I would have had that issue too, because I could do a lot just right off the cuff. I'm capable of doing a lot, but there's something about doing the voice, remembering kind of my cadence, and then if I have someone else, being able to bounce off of them just as quickly would be.
Oh yeah.
But I'm hoping.
I mean, like a big reason I want to start is because, that same old-time radio voice is even used in newer things. Like, it's not so much old-time, but, like, like the intro to Star Wars, the Clone Wars, how it's like, and the Empire has risen again! And it's just like, it's like I basically combined that with the Legend of Korra announcer and / Alistair from Hasman Hotel. So it's like, yes, folks, I bring all the energy to the battlefield of interviewing and news reporting today.
Oh, that's really good. You're better at that than I am.
I just don't know when I'd use it. It's the same issue. I don't know when I'd use it, what kind of content I'd want to use it for.
Well, your ability to off the cuff that is a lot better than mine. It's much superior to my own ability to off the cuff that on that.
I just thought of a content idea I want to do now. Oh my god! Because
what's
you
the
said
content
that.
I
would need an active chat for this. But I want my chat would give me a news story to report on, just like a one sentence thing that I have to make a story out of. Like they could be like, a possum has been killed by a badger, or a possum was killed by a smoke grenade. I'm like, oh no, folks! It appears that that a possum has wandered onto the battlefield in World War II. And I'm afraid that the possum has been struck by a smoke grenade, knocking it dead. Oh, the smoke grenade has turned red with blood. I am so sorry. Oh, wait! The possum was only playing dead! And now it has found a little mini AK-47. It is fighting for the communist side.
I like it. Okay, here, I got one for you. All right, you ready?
All right, let's try it. Sure, I can do it. I need to set my voice mod again. It was a pain to set that
All right. Local burger joint secedes from the U.S.
Okay. Let me see. Local burger joint.
Local burger joint secedes from the U.S.
Well, just give me a name of a burger joint so I can play with it.
All right, got it.
Just give me a random name.
Okay. Wally's Burger Sandwiches.
Well, this just in, folks. Wally's Burger Sandwiches has decided that the U.S. is no longer worth their profits. They have decided that the American people are not giving them enough tips, or that they don't even want tips anymore. They've decided to go to Russia, where they hope that people will be more willing to give them the satisfaction they need, and also because Americans are eating too much. They cannot supply them with the burgers that they need.
I liked it. I liked it. That was really good.
Just, I feel like that could be fun. Like, get my chat to
Yeah.
make fake news reports and just have just mess around with that. I feel like that
Well,
could be
there's
fun.
something really fun about that sort of thing, about just sort of going kind of out there on just like doing a little run across
And the
it's
big
like
thing,
doing a little run across the imagination for that.
oh yeah, and I feel like I could pull it off. All I'm gonna have to do is I feel like that's a stream to set up for my or Petty, maybe in a video for my news channel. I don't know if I
Yeah.
would put on my news channel. Like, it'd be fake news, but it'd be like just like a fun little content. Yeah, I don't know what I would do with it yet, but I want to either record or stream it, and I would get a bunch of friends either in a call or be there on the stream in the chat to chat and give me just random stories, as many people as possible, and then I had to go off from the story, get everyone's reactions, and then do the next story and just keep it going.
That would be a lot of fun. I could see that. I could see that being really, really entertaining.
Oh yeah, I think that could be a really funny video. Like, and I just do like a couple stories every so often, and just keep it going until I'm bored. I think that could be good. I think that could be good concept to use. And like, it's all and all it comes down to is you come up with an idea and you experiment with it, see if it works. If it doesn't, either you can refine it or just make some different content. That's how I view
Yeah.
content creation. You gotta experiment. You have to. And,
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
And that's why interviews are an experiment for me. And I feel like for you, I feel like interviews, what made you want to do interviews?
Someone made a joke, and I can't remember who made a joke in chat, but someone made a joke in chat after I pulled my radio voice, right? Someone made a joke in chat that I should interview somebody. So I said, okay. And I interviewed Liz.
Okay. And that went pretty well?
And it went really, really well. So I thought, all right, I'll keep doing this. So I made a set and everything, and I went, all right, this is going great. Time to do it some more.
Nice.
Yep. And from there, I just found out I was pretty good at it. People enjoyed it. And I just kept doing it because it's interesting. It's a way to put an interesting spotlight on what's going on and in people's streaming careers, some of their thoughts, their feelings, their philosophies on streaming is also really interesting. I really
Oh
like
yeah.
hearing that. So yeah, that's why I do it.
Like, what are your reasons for streaming?
My reasons for streaming now, I want to entertain people and help them forget about maybe a bad part of their day.
Improv poggers, yep.
Yeah, that's why I want to. That's why I want to stream, is because my I streaming can help people feel a little bit better if they've had a bad day. It can help entertain them if they're bored, and it's fun for them just to step away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, just moving away from their daily life to giving us the time to really make them feel entertained, or if they talk in chat, to feel seen and be a part of something. And there's something really wonderful about that I really enjoy. Just that whole experience I think is really good. So that's why I do it. And because I've met all sorts of fun people.
Yeah. No, I get that. No, that I totally agree. I think those are all really valid reasons for liking to stream and make content and all that.
Hmm.
I agree. I think that like for me, the chat interaction is one of the best parts about streaming. I
Yeah.
think it allows you to kind of have a moment where you're not just like to me, recording is nice when you like I think recordings are better suited for multiplayer content, like when you're playing with friends. Whereas
Yeah.
I think streaming is better for single player content or what like I'm just gonna leave it there actually because yeah, streaming with friends can be funny and you can share those moments. But I feel like what streams really shine the most are the ones you have where you just have one-on-ones with your chat. You just experience something because like whereas a recording, I feel like unless you go in with an idea like what you want to do in it, it's best to leave the chaotic moments up to a recording. That way you can cut it down and only leave the best bits.
Okay.
And that's just my personal opinion. And then you just like tell more of a story when you play like a single player game or a just chatting stream.
I was originally part of a two-man streaming duo off of the same we streamed on the same channel. Chaos Unboxing was actually two of us streaming on the same channel. So for me, I have a slightly different run on that. I do some of my best work when I'm with someone, but only because that's how I started streaming.
Yeah.
So I didn't start streaming by myself. So I have an inverse relationship to that, but only because of like if I had started streaming by myself first, I feel like I would have the opinion that one on one is the best way. But I'm lucky. I'm capable of dealing with chat, dealing with the people that I'm streaming with. I can pay attention to all of that, and I know that that's not something that can easily be done. So I'm very thankful that I'm able to do that, but I got kind of trained to do that.
Yeah,
But it,
yeah.
but if you're not like kind of predisposed to doing that, then it definitely is better to just really save your really good energy for the one-on-ones.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I think that's pretty true. And I won't lie. My best work is when I'm with friends too. I just, in my opinion, at least for how it works for me, I feel like the way my streams work is when I am not with friends, my streams tend to be a lot more personal. Like my chat actually interacts with me more. I mean, they still like when I hang out with friends and they'll laugh and they'll make comments about it, but I definitely feel like
Yeah.
I enjoy the interaction of my chat more. And I wish I had it more often, but I don't. And
Yeah.
it's something I'm hoping that changes over the course of this year.
And that's very valid.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has different experiences with streaming. For me, it's been an uphill battle just because I can't stick to a schedule. And
Oh no.
I can't. I sleep. For me, it's hard for me to like stick to a sleep schedule, especially. It's hard for me to, I don't know. It's hard for me to also keep the motivation to do stuff or have the energy. It's again why I keep saying I really should like drink some more gamer subs whenever I get off work, just so I have that extra boost to do something after work. Whether that
Yeah.
because a lot of time I'll get home from work, I'm like, I'm too tired to do anything. I'm just gonna go watch YouTube or anime, and it's like I need to make sure I get on that grind for content.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because I want to, it's just a lack of energy and motivation.
No, understandable. Understandable.
It's something I wish I didn't have, but I have to deal with it. Also, just notice, I think because I've chroma keyed you out, I think you're supposed to have a green spot on your model, but I could be wrong. I
No,
got chroma keyed.
Kind
no?
of. So no. What's going on is one part of me is transparent.
Ah, okay, gotcha. I was curious about that.
Yeah,
You know-
that spot there, right?
Yeah.
That spot on me is transparent.
Gotcha. You know, you kind of remind me of a chain chomp. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm okay with that.
Oh man, it's like it's just like if there's I've not played much Mario at all. Like I think I've done the Mario 64 or whatever, the one where you jump into paintings. I didn't get very far in that one.
That's Mario 64.
I did the Mario one on I want to say it's the DSi, the one where you have to fight against Donkey Kong with wind up Marios.
Yep, Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Then I have done, of course, a couple Mario parties and a couple Mario Karts. Um, Other than that, I don't know if I've ever played an actual Mario game.
Really?
No, and I definitely don't think that, I mean, I don't think I have. I really don't. I've played Luigi's Mansion, but that's not a normal Mario game.
That's not a normal Mario game.
Yeah, no, it's not. What are some of your earliest gaming memories? Like some of the first video games you played?
My earliest gaming memories? The Smurfs game
They
on
made
the
a game about
Atari
Smurfs?
7200 and Moon Patrol.
Ah, I gotcha. Moon Patrol. I've never heard of that one.
Earliest gaming memories.
Gotcha. For me, it's funny. Mine is Halo Combat Evolved, Pokemon, I want to say Pokemon Fire Red, and then probably another one, Destroy All Humans 2, and Brute Force for Xbox One original.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which one?
Those are all good ones.
Do you recognize the name Brute Force?
Yeah, I recognize the game named Brute Force.
No one remembers that game. I love that game. And my favorite character from that was Brutus.
My analog sold that game when he worked at Electronics Boutique.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Brute Force was like, in my opinion, I feel like it laid the foundation for what Ghost Recon started to become with like squad mechanics.
Yeah.
Because Brute Force had squad mechanics in it. Like
Yes, it did.
you could tell your characters to follow you, to go somewhere, to not attack, or to go just attack anything on sight. And you could and then change between all the characters on a whim. It was really cool. It was a really cool game. That I'm set, and I loved the playstyle of the girl who had the stealth blades the most, but in terms of characters with personality, I love Brutus the most.
Yay.
Wait, he when he says he doesn't play Super Mario, where is the dislike button when you need it? Tell you what, I'll play if people want me to play Super Mario. I'll give it a try. Also, welcome Frodo Frenzy. Hello.
Yeah, play Super Mario.
I might maybe I should. I should probably try.
Yeah, you should.
Frodo is another VTuber I'm planning an interview in the future.
Oh, sweet.
I think, though, he is scheduled, like, in March, because I have so many interviews scheduled now. I have so many people that wanted interviews. Like, I'm shocked by the amount of people who are like, yes, interview me. And, I'm there for the conversation,
That's
even if
because
they're
it's
strangers.
fun.
Yeah, it's fun, nice just to sit down and have a nice conversation with people.
It's also fun forcing someone else to have to carry the weight.
What do you mean?
I don't have to carry the weight of this stream. You do. If I'm a great guest, but if it falls flat, it's more your fault than my fault. And there's something really freeing about that, about not having to constantly come up with the topics or constantly have to, or constantly have to drive the conversation. And people like talking about themselves. I found that's one of the reasons that people really like being interviewed is it's nice for people to get asked about themselves. We all want to talk about ourselves.
Yeah, we just want to. It's nice if we get a moment to. It's why, again, that's another reason I like these talk just less interviews moments is just because, like, I get a moment to sit down and I can interject and be like, hey, I can relate to that because I'm this way, or this is my opinion on this. What's your take? And it's like, so I get a chance to also talk about myself to somebody who doesn't know me, which is nice because then we both get to know each other. It's not just me asking you, just like bombarding you with questions, expecting answers. It's here's my answers too for what I'm asking you.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a back and forth. But the fun part is, I'm only responsible for my part of the content. I don't have to drive all of it. And that's
I can say the same for me. I don't have to drive the whole thing either.
Yes, you do.
Well, yes and no, because it literally comes down to I can ask you a question, and then if you give me an answer, and then you might end up having a question, or I see something like, oh, I can talk about this because I have this opinion.
Yeah, ask me a question.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why do you look like a morning star? Something like I'd swing around and hit things with in Castlevania.
Do you want to talk about Castlevania?
I mean, if you want, this
I
man.
can I can talk about Castlevania forever. These are I've gotten that question before. They're inputs.
They're
So,
inputs. Like,
they're a lot like antenna for me. They're my sensory organs.
okay, what happens if someone plugs like cables into those?
I don't want to get you demonetized.
Okay, I don't think I need an answer for that then. Sounds like you might enjoy it a bit too much.
Yeah, I don't want to. I already swore once, so
It's fine, dude. My friends swear all the time on my streams. At this point, it's just par for the course.
yeah.
I'm trying to
But
get my friends to hopefully be more family friendly, but that's another reason why I think I'm gonna be recording a lot more content with them as time goes on.
But you definitely will get in trouble with YouTube if I answer that question.
Okay, and then no need to answer. But you know,
Try another one.
well, I mean, you did. I mean, speak of Castlevania, like, do you like? I'm assuming
What about
you
it?
are a big fan of the games, not just the show. Whereas I'm just a fan of the show because I've never played the
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, I've been known to partake of a Castlevania or two.
So I'm curious, in your opinion, do you think that the show did the franchise justice in terms of its saga? Like, did it live up to the hype? He's inflating like a balloon, guys. Don't worry.
So here's what's going on with the Castlevania show. It's actually taking chunks of Castlevania 3, hence their use of Trevor Belmont, hence their use of Alucard, hence their use of the witch character who I can
Belnades.
never... Yeah, Belnades, who, despite being a huge fan, can never quite remember how to pronounce that. But anyway, the only person they were missing out of that was Grant Dynasty, but they went along and borrowed heavily from concepts from Castlevania 3, up even with Belnades being turned into stone and having to be rescued.
Oh, that was in the game?
Yeah, that was in Castlevania 3.
Oh, that's
how
neat.
you get her. Yeah, you gather your companions,
Dude,
and that's how you get her. Is you have to free her, and she's turned to stone when you meet her. So.
huh.
Yeah, so it's got Castlevania-esque 3 vibes, and it borrows from it.
Do you think?
But does it do the franchise justice? 100%. It is a really good expression of that.
Oh, I love what they did with Isaac, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the changes they made to Isaac were amazing. Some people didn't like it, but I think they made Isaac, like, from what I've heard, he used to not, like, people liked his original version, but I think people, like, came to love this version so much more.
Yep, yep. And they have the Devil Forge Masters, which, you know, came way later, came out of the 3D games that they did, but also really great. And so they incorporated all these little bits from the
different games,
from the series and from the different games, and they molded them into a tapestry that was compelling. It was interesting. It had good pacing. That's one of the things that the Castlevania game did. The Castlevania series did. It had very good pacing, and you got to really care about these characters. You got to care about these characters. You got to really enjoy the journey that they did. It was a lot of fun. It was truly, I think, masterful use of the franchise, and I'm very glad that they did it. And I'm also glad that they ended it, and that they ended it in the way that they did and how they did. It was really good.
I think it's crazy they're jumping straight from Trevor to what's his name, Rector.
Yeah.
They're gonna be doing Rector next in the next series.
Oh, they are doing another.
Did you not see they announced it? They announced they're working on it,
No.
and they showed. I mean, they only showed off a brief amount, but they showed off that they're using Rector as the next main
Richter
main
Belmont.
character. Yep.
So interestingly enough, Richter Belmont comes. So it goes Trevor. The Belmonts that we really know are Trevor. Then there are a couple from
Then
the
Simon.
DS games. Then there's Simon. And Simon, Trevor was Simon's great grandfather.
Okay.
Then you had Simon Belmont, and then from there the Belmonts kind of got a little muddy. You had a Belmont from Super Castlevania, but the next memorable Belmont is Richter Belmont from Rondo of Blood, Dracula X, and the secondary antagonist out of Symphony of the Night. And so Richter also appears in... Richter is also the last Belmont to properly hold the vampire killer until Julius Belmont later in Dawn of Sorrow and Aria of Sorrow. From there, the vampire killer falls into the Morris family's hands, and the Morris family has a problem in that when they use the vampire killer, it shortens their lifespan.
Dude,
because they're not Belmonts.
Can I just say, the fight...
Yeah.
The spoiler alert for anyone who has not finished the Castlevania Netflix series. Big spoiler alert. Yeah. Right here. Mute for like the next 10 seconds. I love the fact that frickin' Trevor took on death itself. And it was so badass. I was not expecting that to be death. I was like, oh my god, that's who he is? It's just, oh my god, such a good reveal. It was so good because I thought he was just a nothing, non-important character, and then you actually like now you look back at the things he says, like all the characters around him, like you smell like death. All the characters who go around and are like, and how he says like, oh, I've been around since before this and this happened, and it's like, wait, vampires don't live that long. Dracula hasn't even lived that long.
Nope.
And it's like, oh wait, it makes so much sense. It's like, oh my god.
It does.
It's so good. The amount of foreshadow they hid that you just did not pick up on until the big reveal was so good. Did you pick up on it before it happened, or was it still shocking to you?
No, it threw me.
That's awesome. I'm
it
so
absolutely
glad.
threw me. So there's some fun stuff about the series. When Warren Ellis was asked, well, logistically, how long is the vampire killer in your series? And Warren Ellis said as long as it needs to be.
I think that's fair.
There's no consistent size to the vampire killer whip throughout the whole series. It's just as long as they needed it to be for that scene.
That's great. I mean, hey, that makes animating easy. It's so good.
It made it easy. It also made it fun that you were more focused on the dynamics of the whip and the motion than you were anything else. And that's really cool because Richter is a very, very, very iconic. In fact, in Portrait of Ruin, you play Jonathan Morris, right?
Yeah.
And Jonathan Morris in the game, like Alucard, like some of the like Soma before him, gets access to all kinds of different weapons. He gets swords, he gets other whips, and they give you the vampire killer. And the vampire killer is not a very good weapon. It's a wholly aligned weapon, but it is not. It falls off fairly quickly. But during the game, they say, here's why you can't use the vampire killer correctly, and here's why it kills people. In order to unlock the vampire killer, you need to go into a trance and fight the spirit of the last Belmont that truly held the vampire killer. You have to prove yourself to the whip. And once you've truly proved yourself, the vampire killer unleashes its full power.
That's
so
cool.
You actually fight Richter in that game. And if you win against Richter, who is the only character in the whole game who's weak to dark, if you face off against Richter, the vampire killer unlocks and becomes one of the strongest weapons in the game.
Wow. Okay, one more question before we move off of Castlevania, because we've been talking for a bit now.
Yeah.
Well, who is it canon that one of the Belmonts becomes Dracula and then the other becomes Alucard?
No.
Was that just one of the side games then?
It was a side game, yeah.
Okay. I mean, it seemed like it had an interesting story.
I think that was out of Lord of Shadows. And Lord of
Okay.
Shadows is considered its own continuity.
It sounds like Lord of Shadows had an interesting story to it, though.
It does have a very interesting story, and it's fun. The idea of becoming Dracula, turning that alchemical weapon that you have into the vampire killer, which is very fun when you play through that, because you have that alchemical whip thing, and throughout the part of the first game, you just get different blessings, and slowly but surely you end up turning it into a vampire killing weapon. And so it explains, that one explains a little bit where the vampire killer went, like where it came from. Their choice in Castlevania to use the metal version of the vampire killer is actually also based in the continuity of the game. You would pick up whip power-ups in Castlevania 1, 2, and 3. You would pick up whip power-ups, and they changed kind of how the whip looked. There was the whip, then there was the chain whip, then there was the flaming whip.
Oh wow!
And they decided to go with the image of the chain whip that also lit evil things on fire.
Which is awesome. I think that was a
really good. Yeah.
And so, do you think you're excited for the follow-up series they're gonna put out?
Oh, I'm jacked as hell.
I think it's gonna be good. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be really good. Now, I will say the interview's been going on for almost 2 hours, and I'm starting to get hungry for some dinner. So I think I might start winding it down. I had a good time. I will admit,
I enjoyed myself.
I was a bit nervous going into this because I was like, I do not know him as well as my previous guests, and I've not done as much research. But I think that this went pretty well.
Yeah. I give you a crocodile.
A crocodile?
A crocodile out of 10.
You know what? I'll take it. You know.
I had a lot of fun. This is really, really enjoyable. This is really fun. And
hey, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
I'm glad that Liz suggested me for it, and I'm glad that I decided to do it. I wasn't nervous at all, obviously. But that's because I'm awesome. But I wasn't nervous at all going in, and also you've made this a very fun environment to have an interview in. So
why is that?
Kudos to you. Your cadence is really good. Your ability to keep a conversation flowing.
Hey, I'm glad.
You did really good with coming up and following through the topics as they came up. I always felt like we had something to talk about. I always felt like we were doing something, which was really cool. If you had done maybe 3/4 as much as you've done, I would have said this was a good interview. You did way more than that, so I think this was a great interview.
Hey.
And I went from having a good time to having a great time.
Where's the link to the virus's socials? It is in the description.
It's in the description, yes.
I like how you even deny you are a virus at this point.
Oh, I'm gonna find their search history and expose it.
Okay then. Wow. But yeah, it's in the description of the video. You can go follow his Twitter and Twitch. I would have put his YouTube, but he does not. Apparently.
I only use it as a archive. So if you go to my YouTube, you'll be able to see the AI fights. You'll be able to see the previous interviews I've done. But if you want to see my content in its current form and actually see me go through the thing, then you're gonna want to stick to my Twitch. You're gonna want to stick to my Twitch.
Yeah, and that'll be a good thing for you to do. You know.
Yeah.
Go follow him. He's a really cool guy. I think Damie is really good. I almost called you Dommy again.
It's okay.
The Dommy virus. Okay. She will dominate you.
I will dominate. Okay, yeah, I like it. I will dominate you.
I will daminate you.
I will dominate that ass.
Okay, man. But yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I do have another guest coming on Tuesday. Her name is Esmer. She is an orc VTuber who she also is the one who has made one of my new wiggle things for whenever I am on basically like my little reactive image. You might see it on other people's streams. I might have it on my stream for when I'm not. Actually, I probably will use it tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to be doing a cleaning my room stream where I'm just going to be chatting with friends, whoever hops in the Discord call, because
very cool.
I need to clean up my room.
Those are some really fun content streams. I love being in open collaboration channels just because of like the unique and interesting things that can come up in the conversations that can occur while you're doing whatever it is you're doing, cleaning your room or cooking a food or
oh yeah,
or kind of whatever.
And I just gotta be a bit wary on who I let in. I'll try and be careful, but I think most of the people I let in will be fine. But yeah, it'll be fun. That'll be tomorrow's stream. I know it might not be super entertaining people, but I want to be very chatty with both my friends and chat. But I also need to get my room cleaned up. And I also hopefully will find my keys.
You're great at this, so it'll go great.
Hey, well, I'm glad you think I'm good at the conversation game.
Yeah. I didn't say you were good at it. I said you're great at it.
Well, I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Go check out Damie's socials. He is a pretty cool guy. I had fun with the interview, and I mean, you know, I went a bit nervous because Damie's probably the person I know the littlest about when I went into the interview. Literally, it was just because Liz was like, he's a good person to interview. And you know what? I can see why she said that. Because,
thank you. That means a lot to me.
I will say, like before we got into the interview, I was a bit nervous because I feel like we were a bit nervous, or like we were a bit quiet. And then I'd say maybe 20 to 30 minutes into the interview, I felt like we found our flow and we were perfectly
I was
fine.
tired is what happened when we started. Because I had done an interview earlier, and it really took it out of me. So I ended up taking a nap, and I had some unsponsored gamer drink during this to help kind of perk me back up. So that's what was going on. I apologize. It took long for it to kick in.
No problem. I felt nervous because I thought I wasn't asking good questions at first or something.
No, you were asking great questions. It just took me a little bit to like get all my ducks in a row, and then once that happened, we found our flow really, really well.
Hey, I'm
glad. Make it very easy. You're very easy to talk to. And very easy to respond to question-wise. So I had a lot of fun. When you said, 2 hours have gone by, I'm like, really?
Yep. We're just about to hit the 2 hour mark. Hasn't been charged just yet. We were 10 minutes off from 2 hours. I'm like,
I would have thought we'd only been talking for an hour, just how easy this has been.
I know. It's just a relaxing conversation, just sitting here chatting.
You're I think your idea of doing this more is a really good one, because I think that more people deserve to have this experience.
Oh, definitely.
I would suggest this. So what do we do now? Do we suggest the next person for you to interview?
If you have, if you want to point anyone in my direction, feel free to. Like, if you know good people to interview.
I'm gonna see if I can get Spinna to.
I think I actually interact. I've seen her on Twitter. Spinna is.
You seen her?
Let me make sure I look her up so I know who you're talking about, just to make 100% sure. Because I think I actually do know. Let me type Spinna. Is it 2 N's? It is. Oh yeah, I know. I follow her.
Yeah,
so.
Spinna Kamoka. Yeah.
I mean, hey, if she's down, hell yeah, I'll take it.
I'll see if she's willing to get interviewed, because I think you and her would get along real well.
Hey, I'll take it. I appreciate it. And I probably
absolutely.
And seeing as I now have 3, I mean, I'm literally like down to make this a 2 interview a week thing, is because I have 3 days off, and yes, I could spend a lot more time editing, but I also do just like sitting down and talking to people. And if I become known as the interviewer, that's fine by me. Especially because here's the thing: if I become known as the interviewer and I become successful at doing this, you want to know what that means? I can quit my job and do this as a full-time thing. Be an interviewer and put out other content and actually have time to work on it, which I would love.
That sounds pretty great. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty baller.
That'd be amazing, because I want to put out some ambitious content, but I just don't have the time to work on it. And I like handling my content myself, unless I literally can't. But yeah, and thank you, Frodo, for thinking we did a good job. I'm looking forward to my interview with you in the future. I will say, every interview I've done has given me a little more confidence. I will say that. My first interview, of course.
Yeah, be confident. You're great.
Yeah, my first interview taught me that I'm pretty good at drawing out coming up with conversation topics. And then so I think second interview taught me I'm good at building off topics that someone has said. And I will say my last interview with Liz taught me I'm good at keeping the conversation on track.
Yes.
I had to learn that skill very quickly with Liz. And I will Dami has taught me that even if the person's a complete stranger, I literally can interview them just fine. Because going in, I was like, I literally felt like a pit in my stomach. I'm like, will the interview go well or will it fall flat because I don't know anything about him? But
no.
It went well. It went well.
Yeah,
so,
you're able to interface with someone that you don't know pretty well.
I'm looking. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was very fun. And yeah, no, that'd be awesome. If you can, if you got anyone for interviews, point them my way. I'm actually now making a schedule for interviews because I have to. Man is trying to get you a date. Wait, who? Him? Wait. You mean Damie's trying to get me a date? I don't know about that.
Yo.
I don't know about that, Frodo.
Hey, yo, I'm doing my best. I'm gonna get this man a spider bite.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't listen, man. I like spider girls because they freaking can tie me up, but you know what? They still scare me because if they have the thing that, what is it? I think it's the Black Widow. The female Black Widow will bites the heads off its victims. That's one thing that terrifies me about female spiders. I don't want to be beheaded.
But what if that's your thing?
It's not my thing though. That's what I just said.
How do you know it's not your thing?
Because that results in death, and I don't want to die. Why do you think I'm not a fan of vor?
Nobody's a fan of. If you're a fan of vor,
well, okay,
you can really be a fan of vor, but only once.
Well, here's
I feel like
yeah, it's fair,
I feel like that's how that works.
Well, here's the thing. I think vor is fine until it leads to death. I think I can see why it's hot until it leads to death.
Yeah.
But the moment I think somebody gets swallowed is when I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
the reason I say that is because you know that scene in Naruto where Naruto gets swallowed by the giant snake during the Chunin exams?
Yeah.
For some reason, I had like whatever the precursor to a wet dream is about that snake. It's like it's not a wet dream, but it's like because you wake up and you're like, that made me feel things I didn't know I'd ever felt before.
Yeah.
I don't know why it did. But, you know, the whole thing about someone dying, though, I'm not into death. I don't want to die from pleasure.
Not a big fan of that one.
No.
You know what? I learned something about you today.
Dude, well, I mean, actually, I don't know if you learned this in my Liz thing, but, you know, a lot of people already know this. I am proud to say I am a foot guy. I like feet.
Oh, yeah. No, I did learn that.
Yep. I'm proud to admit that.
No shame in your foot game, brother.
Hey, you know what? Hey, listen. There are much worse kinks than what I have. Anyone who shits on me about that, I bet they're into something much worse. I bet they're into something much worse. Like freaking
sniffing glue.
I don't know how that'd be sexual. But hey, you know what? We've been trying to end it for like 15 minutes now.
I could tell you about that. I could go into graphic detail if you want.
I think I'm good. But hey, thank you everyone so much for watching. I'm now going to be winding down stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a fun interview for me. Damie was a great guest, and I'm looking forward to interviewing more people in the future. As well as doing lots of different content. News-based content, gaming content, game show content once I have enough preparation and I have perfected the ideas I have. But yeah.
Should I do my outro?
If you have an outro, go right ahead.
I do have an outro. Thank you. I've been Damie, your dynamically augmented media independence, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, yep, and that is all from us, folks. Have a good night.